Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pep Talks. We are in the dead of summer. We are live on Facebook. Are we, Emma? Mm-hmm. I don't see the image on the screen.
Should be there momentarily.
Oh, momentarily. You know, that's my favorite word, momentarily lately. I just used it on Twitter. I said Facebook. I said Pep Talks will be live momentarily, and there we are. Good to see everybody here on Facebook. What a in LA. It's been hot. Since I last talked to you, there was a day where it was 114 degrees, and then it cooled down to 102. And then it went to like 100, and now it's like at a comfortable 90 degrees in the valley. A comfortable 90, just walking around in Satan's ass. In the I just saw in my head people, who have Facebook on going, what the fuck is this, Margaret? Someone yelling Satan's ass on Facebook? This isn't, the live streaming, which we have here. I think it just leads to all kinds of like you're watching your computer and you're like, you stumble on Pep Talks and I say it's like walking around Satan's ass, and it makes you go, are we losing a moral center in our civilization? And if you're on the internet a lot, I think we are. I have friends who go on the internet and they actually want to watch death. Have you ever done that? Oh, this guy, they film, they caught on camera a scuba diver dying. And by the way, how about a big shout out to the Thai cave boys?
Oh, the Thai cave boys, which was a term.
By the way, if anybody thinks that is a distraction from the fact that the Wall Street and the oil companies, the banks, insurance companies, big pharmaceutical companies are completely destroying your lives. If you think the Thai Cave Boys were a diversion from that, you're wrong. The Thai Cave Boys was a great story.
Thai Cave Boys were my favorite late 80s progressive rock band.
Well, Steve makes a joke about the Thai Cave Boys, but I was so into whenever a Thai Cave Boy got rescued, I was like, honey, baby. That's what I call my wife. I go, baby, they're rescuing they just rescued another Thai Cave Boy, sweetheart. Let's order in.
How many Thai Cave Boys were there?
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Thai Cave Boys, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Thai Cave Boys.
Did they airlift them out? How was it done? Did you watch it live?
You couldn't watch it live, but no, it was incredible. It was very dramatic, and they scuba dived, like the greatest divers in the world, got them out of caves through water. It was monsoon season. It was very dramatic.
You were really paying attention to
I
this.
was.
You know, Eddie, you and I get trapped in a cave. Our ratings would go up.
I was just talking to a couple of people before the podcast, not to brag that I have that kind of lifestyle, that I talk to others.
You're always bragging about your adventures.
I talk to others, and I know a lot of you don't talk to others. You're fixated on your computers, and we're all now kind of approaching the singularity. Remember, there was an episode a while back about the singularity, which is machines and humanity. I think
merging,
which is bad for humanity because we lose our humanity in the machines, and it is coming to being with the phones and stuff.
But okay, so when you watch 2001: A Space Odyssey,
I just saw the remastered version.
I know, I could have been there with you, but
that's
I was
right.
sad
We talked about this.
I had to go to some.
By the way, some of this is repetitive. Go ahead, Steve.
But so when you watch 2001: A Space Odyssey, that's what they were basically. I mean, that was a bizarre mystical merging of technology and man. I mean, that with the consciousness of Hal is a singularity. But when you watch that, it's like transcendent, But when you're living through Elon Musk, it's actually a terrifying reality.
By the way, thank you for reminding me about Elon Musk. Elon Musk was going to try to build a kid-sized submarine to get the Thai cave boys out.
For real, or are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm totally serious. Frank! This is Elon Musk. Frank, we need a kid-sized submarine. There's 12 Thai children. They're called the Thai Cave Boys. No, it's not a progressive rock band. But we need a kid-sized submarine. Can you get Al on that? Al? And
we need a female. This can't be all male project.
Al and Margaret. Get Al and Margaret.
Why are these people all have names from the 40s? Al and Margaret. What is the fucking...
Well, those are my two famous characters.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Right.
That I do.
In the one-man show.
But, yes, so Elon Musk was going to build a kid-sized submarine to get the Thai. Also, another thing that's in the news, did you hear about this? The billionaires, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, a guy named Hughes, not Howard. I don't know if he's a relation. I think he's also a Facebook guy, and a couple other guys. These billionaires want to start this program, and they're using Stockton, California, as a test ground for it, where they give people $500 a month, no strings attached, and this is their answer to all the fucking deindustrialization that's going on, all the industry taken out of.
For what? Wait, you're going ahead. What do they get $500 a month for? What's the...
For just being a citizen of the United States, and they're doing it in Stockton, California, no strings attached. You get $500 because they don't want people to fall below a certain income level. But I read a Hedges article about this, Chris Hedges again, my guru, who says what fucking bullshit this is, because they are not doing the real things needed to
fix the problem, the infrastructure. Right.
Yeah, which is real job. Instead of giving people $500, which works out to be $125 a week.
This is where it goes into some weird kind of Area 23 or Plan 20. You know what? Have you
Area
heard of that?
23.
There's some
Area
really
51?
conspiratorial. No, I don't know if I'm getting it right. It's some Plan 23, Agenda 23, or something like that. There's some very, very libertarian conspiratorial thing where.
Well, we don't waste our time with conspiracy theories here on Pep Talks.
But you can search it. It's not I'm not like just making something up. There's people who believe this thing where they're
there's a lot of people who believe a lot of shit.
Well, this is going in that direction, though. That's what's kind of creepy.
Let's hear
about
what they're saying.
Where they're gonna take the equity that Americans used to have is going to be so stripped away. There's going to be no jobs and no equity and no way to rebuild the infrastructure and overpopulation and not enough food to feed everybody. And the environment's going to shit because we keep torching the atmosphere and the water.
Well, the Pentagon, and this is no conspiracy theory, but the Pentagon has drawn up contingency plans for eco-catastrophes and shortage of food and all that stuff.
So like the FEMA camp. Right, where everybody gets to live for free on top of each other, but you're a prisoner and you can never get out. And that $500 a month thing is, I mean, it's a stretch, but it creepily sounds like here's your money, and eventually here's your money, but you can't leave Stockton, California. That is just going in that kind of weird kind of.
Why can't you leave Stockton?
Well,
California?
It's just my imagination going there, but. That this is the beginning
I hate
of
conspiracy theories. Let's talk about what's really going on. Like conspiracy theories are just people who want to give themselves drama. They want to add drama to their lives. But I don't mind conspiracy theories, and I don't call them conspiracy theories if it's actually based in fact. Then I just think, well, this is factual stuff that's going on.
Okay, so in the short term,
like the Pentagon is, the Pentagon, is bracing for eco problems and food shortages and overpopulation, and that's just a reality.
Okay, Well, the $500 a month in Stockton, California is a good short term thing. If you need $500 a month, you're gonna love that. I mean, that's gonna help.
But
you
that's like, yeah. Of course, there's going to be people like, oh, I got $500. It doesn't do anything though for your life in the long term.
No.
And my point is that these fucking billionaires, they don't want to bring real jobs here or really deal with big time issues that are bedeviling people. Real wages. You don't hear these people, talking about minimum wage.
Raise the minimum wage.
Raise the minimum wage. Health care for single payer. You don't hear them talking about that. You don't hear them talking about health care for all their employees.
Right. Making pharmaceuticals more affordable. For people.
You don't hear them coming out against all the fucking wars that the military, the Pentagon, the military-industrial complex, all these fucking wars that are being waged, billions and billions and billions,
and we're
trillions of dollars,
and we're paying for them.
Instead of education. Anyway. It's just funny to me that these billionaires are giving people $500 a month, and I think that's a great time for our first commercial at Zippy ICE, and they're a great sponsor, and Zippy ICE, and these are real commercials. Some people think they're not real commercials. Some people think they're written by Matt Rasamoto, our producer.
Who?
And they're real commercials. Zippy ICE. Zippy ICE delivers 4-star hotel quality to your door in under 2 weeks. That's right. If you order ice from Zippy ICE, they will get it to you in under 2 weeks. Why order ice, you ask? I want you to take a minute and imagine a gardener. Let's call him Pete. Pete lives in Los Angeles, where the heat is an inescapable straitjacket made of steam and fire ants. Pete loves to mow lawns, and the punishingly hot air from his gas-powered leaf blower is the only thing that drowns out the sound of his father's chainsaw. Damn it! I was doing so well on this commercial.
We're gonna have to.
I'm
going to
start it again. Pete loves to mow lawns, and the punishingly hot air from his gas-powered leaf blower is the only thing that drowns out the sound of his father's chainsaw voice screaming disappointment from the subconscious. There is no respite when Pete goes home. His landlord won't fix the air conditioner because it's only hot for 2 weeks in the summer, which is something people with a working air conditioner say. And don't get me started on Pete's fucking cats. There's 5 of them, and they always fight to sleep on his face like an angry, suffocating pillow made of dander, bone, and viscous urine. Don't be like Pete and order Zippy ICE today. And
wow,
it's
Eddie.
Just a great product.
I think so. There are so many Petes and Pedros and Pepes who can relate to that. With their leaf blower and the garden, the chainsaw.
Yeah, you need ice in this suffocating heat. Now, you live on the west side, which is kind of she to me.
You're bragging for me now. I mean, I don't even have to.
Well, in L.A., if you don't live in L.A., there's the valley where I live, and that's Satan's anus. Satan's anus, as Borat would say.
And Eddie's the successful one. He's frugal. He's
successful,
saving for the future.
Successful in very large quotes.
Oh, yes.
But you live on the west side,
I mean,
and
if
it's
you want
temperate.
to call it that. The
Why?
west side.
Aren't you
like,
up the
way you say that, it's like the Hamptons. You live in the Hamptons. You live in Santa Barbara.
All right, let's put it this way. I know you don't live in Santa Barbara or a Tony.
I live
area.
on the west side, underneath the freeway on Venice Boulevard, between Sawtell and Sepulveda.
It's awful.
You can come visit me.
It's awful over there. I have to drive over there occasionally, and I hate it whenever I have to drive over there, because it always involves the 405.
And Eddie doesn't like to drive anywhere at all. You should know this about Eddie.
I do it though.
Eddie, there's $100,000 waiting for you in a suitcase at APA. It's on Beverly. It's in Beverly Hills, though. You have to go to Beverly Hills. Yeah, I don't like Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I
it's
wouldn't
like
wanna
a
drive
giant
there.
outdoor shopping mall. It's
Yeah.
it's fucking hysterical, man.
But where you are, it's a lot more
Temperate. Yeah.
Temperate, is it not?
Yeah, compared to the Valley. I mean, the Valley is but I was in the Valley for that 120 degree heat. I was in Tarzana for that 120 degree heat. And then I was in air conditioning, but for 3 days my head felt like it wasn't good. I didn't sleep well. I remember I think I texted you.
Right. Now you said you had an interesting.
Oh.
Well, you had a little tale you wanted to tell.
Well, something happened to me.
Is this dating tale? Another dating tale?
Well, kinda. This
All
girl
right. 'Cause
called
Steve,
me.
since and this is like a quote from a soap opera, but since the accident, Steve has not gotten laid.
You can't even deliver it. I haven't been laid since the accident. It does. It's dark shadows.
He hasn't been laid since the accident.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, so go ahead.
All right. So this woman calls me last night, and she said, "What are you doing? Do you want to come over?"
Let me be the woman,
Okay.
right?
Hey,
Hi,
Steve. Yeah.
It's Melanie. What are you doing? Do you want to come over?
Are you serious?
Sort of.
Well, what? Yeah. Where are you? What? When?
Now, who is that? You tell the story.
I turned into
won't
Billy
do
Bibbit
that. I
from
won't do
fucking
that.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Who is this woman? Blah blah blah.
She's a Jewish woman who I know, a Jewish girl, and I know her. I'm friends with her, and she invited me over. You can come on over and spend some time with me. And it was late, it was after 10, which, so I go there, and I get there, and it's late, and I don't have a car. And I didn't have my bike or anything, so I took the public transportation over there. And I get there about 10:45, 10:30, 10:45. Yeah. And I'm thinking I might get lucky. And we might not be able to say
you have
he
not,
hasn't been
you
late
have
since
not,
the accident.
You have not been late since the accident.
You just love saying that. You just love saying that. That should be one of our titles for one of our podcasts.
Might be this
I have not been late since the accident. And so I really wanted to end that streak. So I went over to this woman's house. Now, I don't know how much time you've ever spent with Jewish females, but
I've spent a bunch of time.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, after I got there, and within 10 to 15 minutes, I felt like it was World War II and we were hiding Anne Frank.
Why?
Because you got to keep your voice down. The landlord's crazy. I have this neighbor. And so she starts going on and on about all these things. And, it's progressively getting later, and I'm thinking...
Is this on the west side?
It's on the west side, but it's not close to where I live.
Oh, no.
It's not close. It's not like I can walk.
Is it near the water?
It's closer to the water.
Ooh, the plot thickens. Now, hold on. This is kind of sexy, Steve.
She's an attractive girl.
Attractive Jewish
girl.
woman.
Right.
I don't know why you have to mention her ethnicity.
Because it's important. Because only a Jewish woman would take you on a journey through Holocaust Germany, 1943, and turn you from thinking you're going to be Tom Hanks in Bachelor Party to go to become in a concentration camp survivor. And you can't talk loud because the landlord is hates her, and there's another guy living there who's convinced the landlord to turn on her. So there's all these people. And there's a guy who lives above her moving furniture all night, and she's telling me about her dating life, and that's always a bad sign. Basically, Mrs. Maisel invited me over.
Well, here's where you went wrong. Is that no, you have to know who's crazy and who's not. And you can't let your libido get in the way of that. You have to be like, oh, I think I'm going to stay away from this person because
when you haven't
I
been
know
late,
I haven't been late since
the accident. That's different, though. When
but
you haven't been
I
late
don't
since
want
the
to.
accident.
I don't want to. Because life is short, and you don't want to waste time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anyway, keep going.
Okay,
so that's crazy. So you get there, you think it's going to be this big kind of romantic thing, and she's like, look, glad you're here, but don't make a sound.
Yeah.
There are Germans above us.
Yeah. And she's spraying me with vinegar and
What?
rubbing alcohol.
She is not.
Yeah, she's going,
Why?
are your clothes clean? I mean, it was a crazy neurotic.
Whoa.
Crazy
Why? What about
neurotic.
your clothes? You didn't mention that.
She's a fucking nut. This woman is a nut. She's a very well-meaning, crazy lady. So and she's
Steve,
so she's.
I'm gonna have to say this one's on you a little bit.
It is half on me. So I get there, and so there's that hour. I'm there at what 10:30, 10:45.
How'd you get there?
Bus.
Ugh.
The bus. So I'm there at 10:30,
That's not romantic, by
10:45.
the way. By the way, that's not romantic. Like in a James Bond movie, like when he is like going from, his hotel to Monte Carlo.
Go fuck yourself.
He doesn't jump on a bus. I'm Bond, James Bond. Yeah, whatever you are, just put the change in the machine. I'm James Bond. I don't care who the fuck you are.
We're on a schedule, motherfucker.
If you don't have the exact change, get the fuck off, Mr. Bond.
25 cents short.
What are you here for? You here for pleasure or business? Pleasure is my business. So go ahead. So you take the bus over.
Well, she didn't know I took the bus over. She didn't know.
No,
how
I
got
know.
there.
I'm just saying it's hard to get into a romantic frame of mind
It doesn't
when you're
matter.
on a
I
bus.
could have rode over there in an Alfa Romeo. I could have gone over there in an Aston Martin.
Right.
The romantic
where
mood,
you were going.
The romantic mood. It was one flew over the cuckoo's nest for two.
Right.
And I'm in this, and then so there's a half hour there where I'm thinking, okay, if I can just wait it out, it's going to pass. And then she's going to go, do you want, it's going to become. But after 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Of what?
Of neurotic, crazy shit and me. And I absorb people's energy. I don't know if you're like that. When
Yes,
I'm around.
I am.
So I take on. So
We're all like that.
I'm
We
starting
all
to
absorb
take on
each
her
other,
energy. And then I want to help. Like I'm starting to, maybe I should give her advice and she needs someone to talk to. So, okay, so I'll stay. Okay, now it's not going to be sex, but now it's too late to catch the bus back.
What
so
time?
now it's after 11. We're getting into 11:30.
The bus stops running?
But they don't run like every hour, and I didn't want to. She's like, you could stay here, and I go, okay, well, I'll stay
For the night?
Yeah, but I didn't want to have sex at that point with her at all.
I hope you didn't stay the night.
I did stay the night.
Oh.
So then I woke up
What was
in the
that
morning.
like?
So then I woke up in
What
the
was that? And I wouldn't have been
I'm
able
about
to
to tell you if you let me tell you. I wake up in the morning and I'm getting ready to leave and she won't let me. She's like, wait, I need your help. Can you watch my dog for 5? I go, I gotta go. I got a podcast today later. I gotta go to the gym and get my head clear. So she goes out. I'm got my shoes on and my bag. I'm ready to go. And I get out and she walks out of the door and she goes out and she comes back in. She goes, my car's not there. Someone took my car. And then now I can't leave because I'm an asshole. Like, I gotta get out of here. I can't. So I sit there and I helped her. I called the police for her. And anyway, she found out her car she thought her neighbor stole her. So she's going through this whole thing. Her neighbor stole her car.
She sounds a little delusional.
This is bad, man. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and so I'm sitting there waiting to leave, and I'm like, when's there going to be a good time to leave? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, she calls up. She finds out the police towed her car because she didn't pay. Okay. So now, and she said, I said, okay, I'm gonna go, but we'll talk another day. And we're leaving, and she goes, can I call you later and we can keep in touch? She's been calling me all day. I have like 3 or 4 calls from her today since then. And the last one I just hung up because I was like, I need to do a podcast. I don't need to keep. And I walked out of there like a crazy person because I absorbed the energy. You know what I'm saying? I took on all that energy from her. And
All right, so let's recap.
All right, thanks, Eddie.
Steve has still not been laid since the accident. Okay, that's the recap. And now, how about a commercial? You read this one, written by Matt Rasamoto, our producer.
No, this is a real commercial.
Yeah, these are real.
Written by Matt Rasamoto, our producer. This is HomePharma. HomePharma is like a farmer's market in a box, sent to you each month. But instead of a farmer, it's more like a pharmacist guy. Instead of fruits and vegetables, it's a box full of questionably sourced, unlabeled, and possibly expired pharmaceuticals, probably from our friends in probably China and or Iran. HomePharma doesn't ask a lot of questions. They just mail a lot of pills. At the end of the day, what would you rather have? Answers or a 3-pound box of magic? LA Weekly says, I now have long, luxurious hair where my teeth used to be. And Burbank Leader writes, when I pee, my urethra makes the sound of a baby's laughter. Wow. Which has made me quite the ladies' man. Use promo code PEPTALKS to add an additional 5% onto your bill and enjoy discounted pharmaceuticals shipped to your door each month. Thank you, HomePharma and Matt Rasamoto.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, they're good stuff. I mean, you know, it's a little bit of a crapshoot with what you get with HomePharma.
Is that how you? That's how you got turned on to the stuff you're taking now?
My antidepressants are shipped to me via China and Iran. So I am going to the premiere from here. I'm going to premiere. And look, I know you folks don't have this high-paced, fast-paced lifestyle. Most of you are gripping on to chairs out there, holding on for dear life as our country crumbles into the sea and into oblivion. And there's a black hole of despair in our country. There's a pandemic of anxiety. Yet I am going to premiere tonight for Bobcat Goldthwait's new show on True TV called Monsters and Misfits, which is like a modern-day Twilight Zone horror comedy type thing.
You can live. I think we can all live vicariously through your attending these extremely
I
exciting.
haven't been to one of these Hollywood things, though, in a while, and I'm hoping it's painless. There's free food and drink, and Bobcat is a vegan like me because we actually, you know, care.
Can't digest animal products anymore.
We just care about. There was a great article today that I tweeted out by Lee Camp and Truth Dig about the one thing the one factor, the biggest factor of global warming is animal agriculture, and that's never talked about on the mainstream news, never. But look that up. The biggest reason for global warming is animal agriculture, and you never hear that. So anyway, I love the fact that Bobcat is a fellow vegan, and I'm hoping, though, you know, that this Hollywood bullshit, I always get a little nervous about it, you know, like you're always with people, and they're, what are you doing, Eddie? And I'm like, I'm going to Santa Anita racetrack tomorrow to try to pay the electric bill. Like, you know, the Hollywood types who are like, so what are you working on? What project are you working on? I'm doing my laundry tomorrow.
That's that Bukowski coming out.
Yeah.
Except sober. Santa Anita racetrack, man.
By the way, we should tell the people that we are doing a live pep talks from the Comedy Store, the Belly Room.
Friday.
Dave Chappelle did his last special from the Belly Room in the Comedy Store. It's his cool room in the Comedy Store upstairs. Friday the 13th with Todd Glass, who is a inspired lunatic, is how I would describe Todd. He has an incredible podcast, and he's going to be our guest. So it's going to be me, Steve, and Todd live in the fucking Belly Room in the Comedy Store, and that should be fun, huh?
What do you think? Do you think we should take questions from the audience? That might be fun.
I don't know about that.
Okay. You're the
I
boss,
think
man.
because first of all, it's going to be a live podcast, and you know there are mic issues. Like,
oh, right.
people won't
Nobody's
be able to hear
we'd
that.
have
So
to repeat
just
the
logistically,
Yeah.
And speaking of
wait.
questions and
Yeah.
stuff,
Got a couple
you know,
calls.
as you know, I've told everybody this that if you have a comment, if you want to, you know, leave a comment for me, for Steve, for the show, for Matt, who writes our ads and produces us. It's our number here that you could leave. It's a Google voicemail. Just please leave a message. It's 424-262-0904. So if you want to leave a message, it's 424-262-0904. And we're going to play a couple of messages now. Here's the first one. I'm going to hold it up. Oh, sorry, everybody. I'm not the most technically proficient.
Hey, Eddie, this is Christopher. My girlfriend and I, we saw something funny in the street the other day. We saw a guy who looked exactly like the deceased Academy Award-winning actor Jack Albertson, probably best remembered for playing Grandpa Joe in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We just saw him in the street. He was smoking a cigarette, and he was wearing a bathrobe. And just and every time now that we pass that same spot, we look for him. We hope that he'll be there, because I don't know. Maybe he's alive still. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he died. I could Google it, but you know, fuck that.
Now, do you see how great these calls can be? I mean, here I am sitting in my, home. Well, that's a strong word for what I have, but I'm sitting in where I live in North Hollywood, and not to brag again, folks, that, I live in an area where
porn stars go to die.
Exactly. But also, I'm just sitting there, just picture me sitting there nervously. I'm always nervously sitting wherever I am because as Steve said, he absorbs the energy of, the surroundings, and I'm absorbing the energy of America. I'm an artist, and that's not to brag again. I mean, you people are not. But, I'm an artist, and I take in the encroaching disaster that is our civilization, and I'm nervously sitting there. But then I hear a message like that, and Jack Albertson, he thinks he saw a doppelganger, a clone of Jack Albertson smoking a cigarette in a bathrobe by a Vaughn's. Was it?
I didn't catch that, but.
I thought, I was seeing if Steve is paying attention because I feel like his mind is just on getting laid.
I daydream a lot on the podcast. That's why I like it when Eddie goes on his rants because I can just sit here and think about my to-do list for the afternoon.
But all I want to say about that terrific phone call is that if you see Freddie Prinze in a bathrobe smoking a cigarettes where you saw Jack Albertson, I'm pretty sure they're gonna reunite. They're gonna do Chico and the Man right by that Vaughn. So keep your eyes open, and thank you, Christopher, for that. Here's another one that just came in. We just got this. It just came in. I don't even know what it says, so hopefully it won't be too horrible. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Robert. I'm a Canadian living in Portugal. Currently going through a divorce with my lovely wife, and we don't have a big apartment, so I've been sleeping in the staircase in a sleeping bag. Every now and then I move down a couple floors when I think I hear my neighbors getting ready for work. Hope it's all going to work out.
Now, I'd like to say this
That's great.
Canadian living in Portugal will be the next Oscar-nominated movie for Best Picture, but it will not be about a guy moving down flights of stairs to...
Wow, now that is a great call. And what did he leave his name? Robert, good luck, man. It sounds like tough times, but...
he still called her
what's
his
amazing,
lovely wife. He's
sleeping in staircases and moving down a couple of floors when he thinks he hears his neighbors going to work, and yet he had the wherewithal. And by the way, what's really cool about that from my standpoint is that someone in Portugal is listening to us, our podcast.
That's pretty cool.
That's very cool, and that is also to have that kind of great sense of humor going through. I don't think he made that up, right? That sounded genuine.
It sounded like the neighbors were in the background, as a matter of fact. They were getting
Oh, man,
ready for
I can't
work.
believe the shit we go through. One thing they don't teach you in school is, like...
how to be poor.
How to be poor. But how to just get through life. Like, I remember the first time I broke up with somebody. It is such a heartbreaking thing. It is such a heartbreaking thing to have to separate from somebody that you care for, that you had a thing with, that getting rejected. It's crushing.
It's terrible.
And they don't teach you about it.
No.
They don't.
They don't know. Who the fuck even knows? You know what? My best friend's dad told me, you got to get some pussy. That's the only way to mend a broken heart is you got to get back in there. You got to somehow get back in there.
Yeah, my father told me that too, and they're not very enlightened people. You have to heal your heart is what you have to do. You have to feel the pain and go through it. Of course, the father's going to be like, you got to get, there's plenty of fish in the sea. That's what my dad would say. There's plenty of fish in the sea, Eddie.
You know what my dad
And I
told
guess that's that's decent advice when they say there's plenty of fish in the sea, because it's like the message there is don't obsess. Don't obsess, but you have to go through that pain somehow.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah, but it's easier to say that when you've gone through it,
That's
and you're
true.
saying it when you're going through it. That advice doesn't really. it's like, throwing water against a brick wall. It's not really I don't even know what that metaphor means, but it doesn't really help.
Yeah. But I want to thank Christopher and Robert for those calls. And again, if you want to leave a message with us, 424-262-0904. And we'd love to hear from you. And we have one more commercial. We're ending the podcast a little early today because I have to go to a premiere. And I'm nervous about, these Hollywood types going, oh, hi, Eddie. What are you working on? I'm working on getting my spine straightened. No, I mean, what projects are you working on? That's the project I'm working on. I'm going to film it, put it up on YouTube. All right. So here is our final sponsor today. It's Cream Condoms, and it's they've been great. Cream Condoms is the world's first liquid condom that goes on as a thick paste and dries in under 15 minutes, forming an irresistible bond to your male member. When you feel that classic camel hair texture, you'll know that Cream Condom has dried and you are ready for regretful bathroom sex with that stranger at the gas station who hangs around a stack of tires all day. Hey, we're not judging. 2018 is completely batshit. If Kendrick Lamar can win a goddamn Pulitzer, go ahead and rub gravy on your dick and have panic sex with that hobo. You do you, baby, because nothing makes sense anymore. Need to fuck your brain empty because America is now best friends with North Korea? Rub some of our horse glue on your junk and fuck a woodpile till you forget your name. We don't care, but we completely understand. You have a lot of options in contraceptives. Let Cream Condoms be your first choice in 39% effective prophylactic devices. That's beautiful. And they're a great sponsor, and thank you, Matt Rasamoto. Also, what I meant to say about Christopher's call was that he was responding to, did he see anything funny in the street?
Oh.
And that's always our last segment, and since we have to leave a little early today, did you see anything funny? This is our theme song. By the way, we were told to sing a little more during the podcast.
Did you see?
Since the accident,
I haven't been late.
There's been no
Pussy.
hanky-panky. Since the crash, since the bang,
bang,
there hasn't been any bangs. But have you seen Steve? Have you seen Steve? Have you seen anything funny on the street? Have
Eddie,
you seen anything funny on the street?
Eddie, you go first.
Oh, me? Okay. Let me think. Have I seen anything funny on the street lately? No. I didn't see anything funny on the street.
Okay.
How about you, Steve? Have you seen anything
I
funny
actually
on the street?
did see.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay, I don't know if I could. It was on the way here. It happened.
Oh, shit.
So
Well,
I was
tell me.
getting off of the bus,
Uh-huh.
and 3 or 4 beautiful French girls were getting on.
Vive la France!
And Hollywood.
And France is in the World Cup final,
Hollywood.
and I can't believe England lost today, but they did. I thought France-England would be a great final, but it's going to be Croatia and France on Sunday. I've been following the World Cup big time. It's been fun. But hey, so you saw 3 beautiful French women.
3 beautiful French women got on the bus, and they were speaking French to each other as I was getting off. And there was he'd been going on and on, just manic black guy, but it was half jive and it was half mental illness. And he was probably about 60.
Sounds like someone you tried to have sex with last night. Go ahead.
Yeah, except he was the wrong gender. And he went in on these women. He started going, hey, bitch, you gonna fucking fat bitch, you just sit the fuck down. Because they were getting their luggage on. They were tourists. They were getting their, and they were speaking French, and I don't think he thought that they spoke English. And the one girl says, did you just call me a bitch? Yeah. Did you just call me a bitch? You don't even know me. He goes, I'm talking to you, bitch. Sit the fuck down. And I'm getting off the bus, and I said, thank you, driver. Welcome to America, ladies.
Did you say that?
Bus, yeah.
Oh,
And everybody
my God.
laughed. I got to laugh. So,
Oh, my God.
yeah.
Well,
So we diffused the situation with humor. Even the mentally ill black guy laughed.
I'll tell you, the bus is a dicey situation
And he doesn't have
sometimes.
to ride the bus anymore.
But anyway, folks, thank you for listening to Pep Talks. I'm going to be in Amsterdam at Tumler's as part of the American Comedy Festival there. I'm going to be there. I'll be performing, I believe it's 8, 9, and 10 in Amsterdam on August. I'll be August 8, 9, and 10. So please, if you're in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, come on down to Tumler's. And I'm also going to be at the Altercation Comedy Festival in Austin, September 27th at night. And I'm at the Comedy Store with Steve and Todd Glass Friday, July 13th. And look for me all over LA. What about you, Stevie?
Just booked the 19th and the 20th of October. You can come see me in San Diego at the Madhouse Comedy Club. I don't know what times the show starts, but if you really want to fucking come, go online. Check out the...
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time at Pep Talks.